Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. It's good to see all of you. I do apologize for the last minute stream setups. I am not, I haven't been very organized lately, so I do apologize. And I am sincerely sorry for pushing it back earlier and then canceling it. We had little, teenage slash young adult dramas appear. And so, that can take up a whole thing. Everything's so serious for them. It's crazy. It's good to see all of you though. New account, you made it again. Hey Kels, I think. I don't know, I can't tell. Because some of this is from earlier. Jill. Every moment of this strange, lovely life from dawn to dusk, miracle. As true Aries. Hey Rebel Soul. Hey B Tim. Hey Shauna. Summy. How you doing, girlfriend? Hey, I was wondering where the live went earlier. Yeah, Tammy's. We had some situations. Hey, one drawer matters. You know how it is. Hey, Happy Beach. Proud for her mom. You know what, beats him? That is one thing I manage to do every day. Hey, Miss Liverbird. Red. Crime brulee. So, dude, it was crazy because I came across something earlier and my daughter was like, Mom, did you see this? And here, this is somebody she followed regularly. So she was going to join me, and then I had to sit down and think about it. And the way the internet works, unfortunately, I did not feel it be safe. Although she is 18, I still didn't. I just know how people operate on here. I just know it. So, as much as I would love to, I told her maybe we can do some type of video together, but I didn't feel she'd be safe if I introduced her just as a speaker on here. That then people do that whole, well, you brought them on YouTube, so you know how it goes. It sucks. This place sucks. Hey, Gemini, Claire, Booberry, OG, MFer in the house. Hey, Chantel, Crazy Grandma. Well, you know what? I won't tell if you won't tell. Hey, Pristine, Petty AF. His name is Corey B on here. I had to search him for you. Is it really? Hey, Darcy, Blissful. She is Rebel Soul. I don't know when it happened. Isn't that sad, Whispers? Just wasn't. Yes. Wait till you hear it, LFT. It's sad, man. It's sad. Hey, B. Hey, Thor. And of course, there's a lot of speculation around this. There's a lot of gossip of, he's a victim. He's a victim of this therapist. So, long story short, or I guess little background here, there is a TikToker. I mean, named Mr. Prada. And Mr. Prada went pretty he was pretty popular on TikTok. He was really, he was funny. He did a lot of reactionary with the popular sounds and all that type of stuff. Well, in the past almost year, I guess it's been, he disappeared for a little bit in 2023 and then he came back. When he came back, he was just out of it. He wasn't himself. He was doing weird things. About 5 months ago, he shaved off all his dreads. He was acting really bizarre. He started talking about, having bipolar. And I mean, it was really, you could really see such a decline in the way this young, I mean, he's an adult, but he's a young kid, and the way he was acting. A lot of his content became about, oh, he came out as gay. A lot of his content was based around, having trouble in a relationship type of thing. And it really was like, honestly, I don't know how people in his real life weren't more concerned. My girl Salem, Okie Crime, Nicole B, my favorite B on these streets. I see people saying, hi, where are you? Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Naomi. I'm so happy so many of you made it. Emotions can be really hard for young people. Hell, emotions are really hard for old people too, like such as myself. I was watching earlier where Silver's on the scenes did this ridiculous video where he's screaming into a tunnel Sebastian's name, saying that, maybe Sebastian's been in his tunnel for 7. It was just so ridiculous. And seeing things like that just make me so angry, to be honest, that I have to tune out because I'm like, I just can't believe that people eat that type of stuff up. Like, where is the common sense? Where is the thought process there? I don't get it. I don't get it. It drives me nuts. And then you got Betty over there talking about she's going to copyright Sebastian's name. You're not even supposed to be saying it, let alone copyright it. Ugh, I just, Hey, Crystal. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy. Hey, Janet. It's more than that though. It's it's despicable. It is. It's despicable. You have people in the comments praising this guy for pretending this is a fucking movie. And at one point he even says, like, I thought I heard a voice responding, but it's just my voice echoing. No shit. And he wants to talk about Columbo. Sir, don't you dare insult Columbo, because Renee, I am old enough to know Columbo. I actually used to sit down and watch Columbo all the time with my mom. Hey, Sativia. I wish I was 23. Hey now. Hey, Steph. I will say, when I went to get the mail, somebody whistled at me, and I've been walking around all day like I'm hot shit because of that. So don't play with your girl today. All right. But no, seriously, it's very flattering. It's getting to those levels, isn't it? It's getting to those levels. Madam Mudflap. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I was hoping so. Retired EMT. I mean, when you're at the point of where we are with like legal action being threatened, when everything, it's just whatever. I can't. The whole thing has my brain so like fried at this point. I can't even get out a sentence. I just can't. I can't even talk about it anymore. It's just that insane at this point. Oh, let me check this really quick. Okay. Hey, Janine. So, don't tell me nothing, Booberry, huh? Eat a piece of bread, went and brought not one, but two flashlights. Right. I mean, had to make sure that that tunnel that ended in 10 feet had an ending in 10 feet. Oh my gosh. I'm actually named after Murder, She Wrote. That and Matlock and Murder, She Wrote. Yep. How'd I know that was going to be mentioned? Love it. I am too, Rebel Soul. I am too. Like, no. Excuse me, but no. So I want to show you guys. So I'm going to show you just one of Mr. Prada's little videos first, and then we're going to get into the signs. This is the one that's gone the most viral right now, obviously. Practicing my mugshot because this might be the year someone's going to meet God if they piss me off. So, of course, everybody's resharing that now. They're making that one a big deal. And I think at the time that was just a joke. But what we saw go on from there is nothing even close to a joke. It was actually very horrible. Oh. All right. Let me pull this up for you all. Let me pull up the long story short. So, he allegedly takes the life of his therapist over here. This is his mugshot.
Killing a therapist.
That was his mugshot, and this is the therapist. He allegedly took the therapist's life.
Known as Mr. Prada online has been arrested, accused of killing a therapist in another state. Could this be connected to allegations of misconduct against that counselor? We're digging into the large-scale investigation and how something like this could happen with a licensed clinical social worker and trauma expert.
Is that
sidebar presented by Lawn?
Is that lawnmower loud for you guys? So why is the question? So it turns out that this therapist, the so-called therapist, I mean, he was a therapist. I'm not gonna say he wasn't. Actually faced SA allegations, charges in 2015. 11-year-old boy came forward in 2015 and said that he actually didn't come forward. So what had happened was he had a patient that was 11 years old. Thank you so much, guys. This sounds really loud to me. I'm trying to spare you all. So when this therapist had a patient that was 11 years old, and after, going to this therapist and everything, the poor boy unfortunately started bedwetting. His behaviors changed. His grandmother was trying to talk to him. He wasn't saying anything. So she took him to a new therapist where the 11-year-old told the new therapist what this therapist allegedly did. Now, the charges did end up getting dismissed. I don't know if that's because a lot of times that will happen when it comes to a child, if there's just not enough proof of it. The therapist is now 69 years old, or was before his life was taken. It has come out and said the alleged victim in that case was not Mr. Prada, although people keep swearing it is. Prosecutors never brought the case to trial. While there was probable cause for an arrest, my office had to determine if the evidence supported our burden at trial, which is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. This matter was under review by my office for approximately 2 years. After considering all available evidence, the best interest of the child, and the lack of any inculpatory statements by the arrestee, we declined to institute formal charges. So he never was charged for that crime. Hey, Trish. And then it brings us to today. So he was the therapist for this well-known TikToker.
Username Mr. Prada, and has more than 4 million followers on TikTok.
And we're going to go through his TikTok videos.
Now, according to people who follow him online, Thomas has been behaving more and more erratically. For example, he posted a video of himself shaving his head, leaving little patches of hair all over. He also posted in May of
not just little patches of hair all over, giant patches of hair.
Last year about practicing his mugshot because this might be the year someone's going to meet God if they make him too angry. Now it's Thomas's actual.
Now there's a lot to be. Yes, 4 million. There what's really sad about it is the amount of people that are already put in that he was a victim of SA, that's why he did it, that the therapist deserved it. And it reminds me of the sheriff's case, right? Because even with the speculation in that, I keep coming back to, is it justified? And I'm seeing an increase in that. I'm seeing such an increase in that. Matter of fact, let me show you all this. Oh my golly, you want to talk about crazy? This is where we're headed. Now, I'm going to go on whole tangents here, but this is where we are headed as a society if we keep this shit up. Let me get it up for you. Hold on. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It reminds me, so we had the, I always say their name wrong, the brothers, right? The two brothers. We had people that believe that they should be freed because they were victims of abuse. We have Gypsy Rose, which is a, very popular case of somebody who was abused and committed a crime. And now we have this. We have a 13-year-old girl. A 13-year-old girl allegedly stabbed 2 teachers and a student with a fission multi-tool, then joked about becoming a celebrity. I stabbed her. Oopsie. The attempted M trial of the 14-year-old girl who was 13 years old at the alleged attack is underway at a court in South Wales. In the late morning of April 24th, police were called at around 11:20 a.m. that day with 3 people, 2 teachers, and a pupil being taken to the hospital with stab wounds. They have not publicly identified this girl, but they have identified her teacher victims and the other student. I'm glad they're not naming her, not because she is a child, but because she wanted to become famous. And that is the example we are setting with social media and with these, people that are victims of abuse. Well, they're not, quite frankly, they're not M-worders, they're martyrs, right? Like, good on you. They deserved it. You're a victim. And it's driving me crazy, the route we are going. Now, what's crazy, she treated the violence as a little more than a harmless error. This is literally a quote. I stabbed her. Oopsies. Now, the deputy of the head of the school apparently noticed the girl had sinister eyes and was playing with something in her pockets. But yet he didn't check on her. He didn't check what was going on. Sinister eyes and didn't even check. The world has gone mad. It sure has. Hey, Newfie. It literally has. So they're not advertising this girl. I'm glad they're not advertising this girl. But it brings me back to the fact, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to effing kill you. And then apparently she mentioned twice about being famous. Once in the police vehicle and once back at the station. Where'd it go? She's seen on. That's one way to be a celebrity, she says while sitting in the back of a police car. Then she says to other officers, I'm pretty sure this is going to be on the news, so more eyes are going to be looking at me. I mean, ew. You know, I know she's just 13, but is this the way we get? I don't know. Like, are we setting an example by supporting all these people that, oh, yeah, if you're a victim or, you know, if you can justify it, well, you'll become a celebrity. So I don't know. So Mr. Prada, like I said, people are already saying, oh, he's a victim. He was abused by the therapist, and there's just no truth to that. There are no actual facts to back that up. So let's take a look at his TikTok. It does get eerie because you do see him like unraveling. So this is when he's like, here we go. When you get older, do old people become attractive to you? Like when I'm 70, are 70-year-old women going to look hot? This is a real concern of mine. When you leave him undelivered because I'm on a game, I'm playing Roblox. By the way, Roblox just stopped their communication app. You are now no longer to communicate one-on-one with friends on Roblox. That is a very good thing. I'm very happy to hear that. Yes, they are now. Well, it's at their fingertips, Miss Liverbird. Think about it. It's literally at their fingertips all day long. That's all. I mean, they can look up anything. All right. So here's where. This is after he just cut off all of his hair, which I don't know where that video is, but it's not here. He cut up all of his hair. He didn't just stop there, though. He shaves off his mustache and his eyebrows. It's just not normal. Let me see who go to work. Let me see who go to work. There are videos where he's literally talking to himself. When he tell you how long he's had his controller and you start to hear all the bitches that played with it. When they tell you about the people they touched during no contact.
We're soulmates, Joe.
See his hair patches in the back?
No. Fuck.
He also lost a lot of weight. He does talk about it. He talks about the amount of weight that he lost. It is, yes. Yes. I ain't never turn myself in, do your job, bitch, come find him.
Ronald?
Yes.
I got something.
Baby, your secret's safe with me.
I don't know. It's just sad to look at.
I've never been to prison.
You
19 felonies, no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Well,
No,
you're there now.
No. Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
Does it bother you at all?
I've never been to prison.
How do you get out? Hold on a second. Hold on just a minute there. There's videos, of course, now it's all going to be flooded with not his channel, but give me just a second. So there's literally videos now of this. Whew. Here we go. In this video, this is where you see how really concerning his behavior got. Yeah, they caught him. All right. I'm sorry, I skipped a whole step here. He takes the life of his therapist, right? I'm sorry, let me slow myself down. There's just so much here that I'm all over the place with it. I do apologize for that. I'll take you back over to the actual crime here. Sorry. Not doing this very well. I do apologize.
Shot that's making rounds on social media.
Hey, Jennifer.
He was detained on Tuesday in Dallas, Texas, after he fled from a traffic stop where he was spotted driving a dead man's car. And we're just learned he's officially been charged with murder. So here's a
Oh, really? Shago? I thought my son told me that they stopped it altogether. And that made me really happy. But you're telling me just strangers can't message you, but friends still can? Let me check that. It's discontinued direct messages. No, yes, discontinued direct messages altogether. Okay, so while the move will inhibit the ability to communicate with other Roblox players, it will not eliminate it, and fans should still be able to browse their old messages following the change. I got so annoyed because there's this YouTuber my son likes, and he's like an older guy. He's kind of goofy, but he's young, but he's old. And he did this whole thing about how it's trash. Oh, it's trash that they got rid of it and blah, blah, blah. Why did, it's to protect the kids, you goofy ass. It's not to protect you. And like, why does this grown YouTuber, young adult, need to talk to the kids? So he was 20. He was 20 when this took place.
Timeline of what we know so far. Dr. Nicholas Abraham's body was found on Sunday, September 29th, wrapped in a tarp on the side of the road in Louisiana. Deputies say his body was hidden partially in the woods about 60 miles away from where he worked. The 69-year-old was a mental health therapist based in Baton Rouge, as well as a former Catholic priest.
As well as a former Catholic priest. Of course, people are tearing that one apart. we know all the rumors and speculations against Catholic priests. I don't think we need to get into it. But that, along with this man's known allegations, people are really, really tearing it apart.
He also made regular appearances on Baton Rouge television. The coroner determined Dr. Abraham died from blunt force trauma as a result of homicide. Investigators in Louisiana have been working to figure out exactly where Abraham was killed. The sheriff said no weapons were found near his body, and a search of his home turned up with no clues. His roommate told deputies that Abraham said he was going to have his car cleaned and do some paperwork at his office on Saturday, but never came back.
So, all right. So here's the thing. When after they find his body, that's when they find Mr. Prada is driving his car. So a lot of people are saying, well, why are they meeting up outside of the office, right? How did Mr. Prada even get to Mr. Abraham's car? Like, what was going on there? And it's a good question to be
On Monday,
asked.
Deputies released Abraham's identity. Then later that same day, an officer spotted an SUV that had a license plate that came back as stolen. When the officer tried to do a traffic stop, the driver backed the SUV into the officer's patrol car, then ran off on foot.
So he runs off on foot. Authorities put these photos up, and the internet goes wild. We know who that is. We know who that is, Mr. Prada. I don't know why I'm telling you what they're about to say. Sorry.
The man in the picture and Mr. Prada, saying the two look just alike. On Tuesday, officers in Dallas, Texas were able to take Thomas into custody. He's charged with allegedly having a stolen vehicle, running from police, and now murder. So what do we know about Dr. Nicholas?
So that's the basics. They end up finding him sitting on a bench. Now, so many people are saying, oh, it's so sad. The poor boy was tired of running, because they have already victimized the criminal. They've already victimized them. They said he's a victim. The poor kid was a victim of this doctor, and the doctor deserved it. And we know nothing. We know nothing yet. And I'm so sick of that happening, because again, what is that teaching people? I mean, you wouldn't believe how many commenters were saying he was tired of running. He was tired. He was sitting on a bench. Now watch this video and tell me there's not something wrong here. That's what I like to hear, Booberry. There's no speculation of that anymore.
I'm doing an emo mukbang because one of my goals is I want to gain weight, and I can't really gain weight. But the only thing that makes me gain weight for some...
See the makeup under his eyes? He started doing that. He started showing a lot of signs of a lot of weird behavior. Of course, it started by shaving off his hair, his eyebrows, his mustache. And then if we get up here more, this is where you'll start seeing the makeup come in, the darkness under his eyes. When they go a whole day without texting back, a person you defended repeatedly turns out how everyone said. Staring at anyone I've ever loved after the show me conversation. What is the show me conversation? Girl, you'll be fine. He was ugly anyway. When you've gone a little too long without getting in trouble and you feel a canon event approaching. When he thinks I'm giving other boys my attention, when in reality I'm alone most of the time, use my free time to sleep, watch TikToks, or do hair. Don't go outside unless I really have to, and think about him 25-8. When I remember how I was crying on the phone with him and the fan in his room went quiet.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I love this shit. I love the hustle. I love the chase. I love the money. I'm gonna be 100.
I mean, if you look at all of his messages, you can tell there's something going on here. What does this show me? Hey, Huntress. Hey, Simplify. Hey, Sin. Right. I don't think he was tired of running either. I think that's crazy to say. All right, let's go here.
I said, I want something big. I want something that says I'm here. Beyonce. I said,
this is when he fully came out and embraced the fact that, you know, he's gay. Talking to the sweetest boy ever after being treated like shit for months is the most common and revealing feeling ever. I don't know, guys. There was something clearly here. How many hangouts did it take for you guys to kiss?
You have to be honest. Am I ugly? Yes or no? You have to be honest. Am I ugly? Yes or no?
I don't know. Something was weird going on.
Reason is
he took the life of his therapist.
Okay, so today I'm doing the emo mukbang. One of my main goals from this video is that I just need to eat. The only thing that makes me gain weight, surprisingly, is McDonald's. But I don't know, like it makes me gain a certain type of weight, but it also makes...
So he lost a lot of weight. He started going, you know.
Wait, y'all can't even hear a cookie. I hear that.
This is where it gets weird.
Wait, can y'all hear that?
But his therapist, man, he was getting therapy. I can't stand the sound of chewing, man. I don't know how people watch.
Sometimes I be talking to myself and then I zone out.
Right here.
I don't know. My therapist said that's not healthy.
You're right, Joe. You are so right. Let me stop there for a minute. So matter of fact, the rumor is they met on a dating site. Simplify, he is actually a TikToker that was spiraling before everybody's eyes and then committed against a therapist. They have not ever yet said that it was his therapist. Yeah, lip smacking Tamara, I can't stand it. Ugh. Joe, I'm so glad you said that. Now watch. He said my therapist says that's not healthy. This is what has gone viral. Like, this is the type of stuff that makes people famous, though. Like, what are we doing? Why is this even a thing? Oh, gosh, make this chewing stop.
Why is this like, y'all can't even see the food, honestly? Wait. No, that's see without my hair. My hair gone. That was my personality.
He did regret cutting his hair. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Gillian. Yeah, he did show great regret about cutting his hair. That's when he came out and said, listen, I have bipolar. Have y'all never seen a bipolar person? Yeah, he was doing really weird stuff. It's going to come up, though, where you guys got to say it.
Y'all still not being able to see the food is crazy.
I don't know why people like watching this shit. I don't get it.
Oh, there it go. Now it looks like...
Why their fries come in a bowl? Like do your fries come in a bowl like this? Does anybody's fries come like that? Mine don't come like that. Jillian, what did I say? Gillian? I've been calling you Gillian for years, girl. All right. Jillian, my bad. I think you corrected me before, too. My fries don't come like that.
I'm dead.
Right? Hell, I wish I could get paid to eat fast food. Here it comes. Watch this. We don't have family fries. We don't got a basket of fries. That's right, Regina. Who's next? Oh, Baby Reindeer. I followed that so heavily. I actually did videos on that. How do I order it? No shit. I'm going after this stream and asking for a basket of fries. You got to be kidding me. How much, though? Because a large fry is already $5. I can't keep up with McDonald's no more. I'll tell you that. I never got it with
Wait, do y'all think I should have put earrings in? I had my necklace, but earrings,
I know. I didn't know.
Y'all know. Maybe tomorrow.
I hate the chewing. I hate it. I know. I'm sorry. I just need to get to the one part. I think it's right here.
Damn, my chicken nugget's cold.
Ugh! Stop it. Right here. Here it is. All right, stay with me, people. What? It's like $5 for a large fry. You got to be kidding me. McDonald's used to be so cheap, man, and now nothing's cheap. I'll tell you that. Nothing is cheap.
I'm so glad McDonald's keeps me skinny.
He says the only way to gain weight.
That doesn't make me gain weight. But I said I was trying to gain weight.
He said McDonald's was the only thing that helped him gain weight. Now he's saying it doesn't. But you're going to see in just a moment. Hopefully we don't got any more chewing. Because I'll be, Lord have mercy. You know what else I noticed? The internet has made it normal for people to sit and talk to themselves. I follow this woman named Brooks, right? I follow her because she's a fucking maniac. But what she does is she sits all day, she's live all day, and they sit there and they talk to themselves. They don't interact with the chat. They're not talking amongst the chat, just talking to themselves. And we have normalized this. I don't understand it. It's just 2 medium fries in a basket for $3.69. I never even heard of such. I'm actually a little jealous right now, to be honest. All right, give me 1 second. I needed to grab me a drink. Has anybody else tried the Oreo Coke? Ugh. I don't even know who created that, but they need to be fired. All right, so here it comes, I think. Yeah, I don't think they have it at mine. I'm going to ask. 10 people left since it's chewing. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to eat those cookies. I don't know why I bought them. I really just don't like cookies. I don't. I don't know. It depends. I'm like wishy-washy. Wait, why am I talking with my mouth full? I miss my hair. It's going to take years for my hair to go back. Do y'all know how long I was growing my hair? I was growing my hair for 5 years. I can kiss that goodbye. I'm not doing 5 years again. That's too long. Then the ugly stage is the worst. Like the ugly stage of growing your hair back, that Shit. Damn, I forgot I had food in my mouth.
I wish we could forget you had food in your mouth. Oh my gosh. It's right here. So every time I think he's
I
about
faced one of my biggest fears today.
every time I think he's about to drink the sodas when it happens, because I know that's when it happens.
Three of my biggest fears. I'm scared of water. I'm scared of food sometimes.
Scared of food.
And I'm scared of people because I hate people. So I'm scared of water because I almost drowned like twice when I was younger. And the first time I drowned, shit.
Oh, here it is. I should have just did that. All right, here it is. Watch this. I promise this is it.
Drink the Coke, Bill. I love Coke.
Right here.
I'm gonna drink the Coke, Bill. I love Coke. Not that type of Coke. I'm talking about this Coke. I love Coke. Wait, Shit, I got off track.
Do you see that? He's like talking to himself. Wandering sub, Leandra. Watch this again.
I'm gonna drink the Coke, Bill. I love Coke. Not that type of Coke. I'm talking about this Coke. I love Coke. Wait, Shit, I got off track.
You can't tell me that's not weird. She's so nuts, AP. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She's lying about YouTube not paying her and everything's woe is me. And she lies about why CPS took her kids, why she's homeless, why da-da-da. It's the whole world's fault, not her fault. She drives me nuts. I might cover her, to be honest. I'll let you know. Anyway, tell me that wasn't bizarre. Huh? Oh, I got off track. Like, he's talking to himself here. But this has been normalized. Oh, the chewing is going to make me rip my ear out. And that was it. It ends. You can't tell me that's not bizarre. Ugh. What I do after a breakup 8 days ago. 8 days ago. I think he fell in love with that therapist. That therapist knew there was nothing to be serious there because he was so young. And I think he couldn't handle it. I think him having all those viewers, 4 million viewers on TikTok, made him feel like he was very... I mean, imagine what that can do to you, right? Imagine what that right there can do to you. In a way, you get this high confidence, but the confidence doesn't match how you really feel, and you have to present yourself to the world in some type of way that, yeah, it just, I don't know. $5.99 on the app? I've never seen it on the app, and I've looked. Brooks, Explore Core.
I don't wanna be with you. I don't wanna be with you.
Oh my goodness.
I don't wanna be when I'm with you.
This is crazy.
I don't wanna be with.
This was 8 days ago. Uploaded 8 days ago, at least.
When I'm with you, I don't wanna be with you. I don't wanna be with you. I don't want.
Was there nobody in this kid's life to help him? I mean, 4 million people, 4 million followers, 4.4. I'm sure adults had to watch him, to be honest. I'm sure they had to have. Could it be all kids? The kind of money he was likely making? I mean, he declined so quickly. What could have happened? Think about child actors and how much they struggled when growing up in the limelight. I can't imagine social media fame being much different once the glamour of it all wears off. And the quick money that comes in, the quick money that they're receiving, I just couldn't even imagine. Hey, Roberta. Right, where's his family? Look at his shoulder. Looks like he's a cutter. Let me go back to that. Oh, they're tattoos. That's tattoos on his arm. Well, thank you, Gary. You're so sweet. Hey, going solo. Kathy, there was a motorcycle in a high-speed chase in LA. The dude was filming live on his Instagram. Shock content? I don't know. I mean, he was just reactionary at first. Everything was normal. Let me show you. Like when he first got famous, he was normal. He was silly. He was going live every day. Like I said, for a while there, he disappeared. Everybody's like, hey, where'd this guy go? He was on my, For You page every day. Now he's gone. Then he made a sudden appearance. And shortly after coming back, he was just crazy. This is where I wish my daughter was doing it with me because she actually followed him from the start. I didn't. I'm new to him as well as all of you. He has several channels. I know this isn't his only one. Like, see, a lot of his content was me praying that he actually likes me and ain't talking bad about me to the group chat. When it's your first time calling her, voice sounds like she can give birth to all 15-year kids. When I realize I'm in relationship problems with an MF or I'm not even in a relationship with.
You was hungry, so I'm supposed to.
For some reason, I like the MFer that I can't be with. I don't know.
And then but at the same time, I don't know because then this one.
Look how many views he was getting: 2.4 million, 1.3 million. Now, of course, they're going to skyrocket because of the position he's in. Let's see what this one is.
Unless you don't do anything drastic unless you want to look like this.
Yeah, look
like life is a prison. Get me the out. Like I just woke up yesterday. I woke up yesterday. I looked at the ceiling. I said, ah! I got bipolar. I'm bipolar. Yeah. Y'all never seen anybody that's bipolar before? See, I was trying to hide it, but it just slipped out. I was almost perfect. But now I have to start over. I got to start from scratch. Don't do anything. I'm gonna cut my hair off. Oh, I can't do it.
Hear the sad music with it because people have made him the victim. What do you guys think of that? I don't know how to do that, Jill.
I'm gonna miss my hair, bro.
I can just see the views that he gets because it tells us right there. Nope, wasn't just his hair, it was everything. I don't know, Explore Core. And I'll tell you what, the internet, if little old me over here with 14,000 subscribers gets the hate I get, I could never fathom, even being an adult, having 4.4 million people. I mean, with every subscriber that loves you, there's going to be at least 10 to even 100 that don't. I couldn't fathom. Honestly. Does he come from a wealthy family? They have not given it any background yet. He just cuts off his hair.
Mr. Prada, real name Terrion Ishmael Thomas, was arrested in Dallas on charges of aggravated criminal damage to property, resisting an officer, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. But that's not all.
Not that I know. I don't know how
Thomas
to, Joe.
Is also now a person of interest. in the killing of a well-known therapist and life coach in Baton Rouge. Nick Abraham was found bludgeoned to death on the side of a Louisiana highway on Sunday. His body wrapped in a tarp.
Having dealt with him personally, I thought, man.
Look at this. So what did the therapist do? What's the full story? Praying for that baby.
I can't help but thinking
feel
he
so
must have
sorry
been
for him.
scared. He must have felt alone, and he must have felt like he didn't have anybody to fight for him, and that just it tears me up. You know, like it makes me angry, but it also.
I'm happy they're highlighting the therapist friend because it seems like once again the victim is already being villainized with zero concern of the fact that they're literally the victim. How do you think their loved ones feel right now with all these allegations that he was horrible and he did something wrong? And hey, Rockabit, when we don't know anything yet.
Dealt with him personally, I thought, man, I can't help but thinking he must have been scared. He must have felt alone, and he must have felt like he didn't have anybody to fight for him, and that just it tears me up. You know, like it makes me angry, but it also makes me really sad that someone took advantage of this man, who I know to be a very.
Look over here. I feel so sorry for him. He's not supposed to be jailed, in my opinion. He took somebody's life. Where do you think he should be?
Do you all remember the TikToker?
Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit.
Well, there you go. That explained a little bit about his family. When my mom says I'm just like my dad, but she picked him.
Good morning.
Look,
Ezekiel 36.
Already taking his videos and calling him a predator.
26 says, I will take away their hearts of stone and give them hearts of flesh.
Maybe he was just trying to help them.
And 1 Corinthians 13:13 is a well-known prayer.
Maybe he was possessed.
Faith.
Don't do anything drastic unless you want to look like this. The prison. Get me the out. Like, I just woke up yesterday.
Your comment wasn't removed. It's right here.
At the ceiling. I said, I got.
What comment removed? I say, I'm so mad, always so mad. People who take advantage, scam, con abuse, essay others. Before social media, I thought the percentage of good and evil is more than evil. Turns out I'm wrong. And then we got this. You're still here. I see you. People don't seem to live in reality. You think that's what it is? Devil made them do it. I can't stand the way people eat. Bill Gates did not allow his children any screens at all. Yeah. And wasn't he the one that made that quote, the internet, the people weren't ready for the internet?
I got bipolar. I'm bipolar. Yeah. Y'all never seen anybody that's
That wasn't just bipolar going on. I'll tell you that.
Bipolar before?
Bipolar, don't excuse it. That's okay, T-Berry.
I was almost perfect. But now I have to start over. I don't want to.
See, look, again, mental health awareness. Yes, I agree. Mental health awareness. The signs were there. Nobody obviously gave a shit enough to recognize the signs and get this kid help. He did have a therapist. He mentions his therapist, and he takes the life of another therapist. But why are we, like, again, I don't know if he's a victim or not, but what I do know is he is an adult, and he made the decision to take another man's life. Then stole his car, then hit the cops, then ran from the police. There's so many things it could be, but right now, that's the only facts we know. So the world, like, victimizing him, and he needed help, and, you know, he shouldn't be in jail, all these things. No, he should be. He did what he did. You think possession? I mean, very well could be. There's some creepy stuff going on here. I mean, look there. There's no life in his eyes. The video of him eating, which I will not play again because that chewing noise.
1, 2, pride is coming for you.
Come into my soul, take over.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Look at this. Mr. Prada blanked his therapist because he essayed him since he was 10, threw his body in a dish, drove off to go shopping, then got chased by police, got out of the car and ran. That is the thing. He did take the car and went to a mall. But to make this video and state this all as fact, again, we have no facts here. And it wasn't even his therapist. That man was not his therapist. Honestly, don't blame him. Mr. Prada. This is what the internet has done. We have celebritized Gypsy Rose, the Mendez brothers, whatever their name is. The people are out there screaming, let them out. They should be free. They were victims. If we go around doing this, what's going to happen to the world? Hell, you take your kid's phone away, they think they're a victim. We're just going to make it okay? It blows my mind. It honestly blows my mind. And like I showed you, that 13-year-old girl that said, I'm going to be famous, I'm going to be a celebrity. This is not normal. None of this is normal. We need to stop normalizing it. It's not okay.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Nick Abraham here.
Here we go. I think Gypsy Rose situation is making more people believe M is a decent option when they are abused. That's exactly how I feel.
TikTok is messy, y'all. You search Mr. Prada.
I mean,
now
that
on
man's
TikTok, and Dr. Nick Abraham's profile.
Yes, I agree. Going
so
solo.
You can go look at his stuff now. But also, like,
again, they haven't even verified if it was his therapist.
Y'all, we have been fooled. So apparently,
look at this. Now they were actually lovers. And again, this can all be true, but there's nothing stating any of this as factual right now. I mean, it kind of makes sense to me, but
therapist was not actually Mr. Prada's therapist. He
right.
was a therapist, yes, but not Prada's.
No.
So apparently, they actually met off of a dating app.
They did meet on a dating app.
Prada decided to off this man. He never got SA'd by him or anything.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that.
There are SA allegations against the therapist, but not towards...
Look at this. So they watched this video where it says it wasn't his therapist. They met on a dating site, da-da-da-da-da. And then you look at the comment, the first comment, and it says the therapist was probably being rough and Prada got angry and snapped. You saw that man. That he's kind of like frail, older gentleman. You think he got so rough that I mean, come on. Oh, I agree with that, Stack. Yeah, just the excuse that because they were victims, it was okay to pew their mother 10 times. I don't. All the research in the world doesn't justify what they did. It just doesn't. There's no. Again, if we keep making it like, oh, well, you were abused, here, get a lighter sentence, or here, don't go to jail, become a celebrity instead, what is going to happen in our future? Especially when we live in a time where kids are already so babyfied. It scares me.
Prada, like he didn't touch Prada, basically. So now this puts things into way different perspectives, because now I'm thinking, what actually happened? Like, was it going rough and then somebody got tight and then they started like, what happened now? Now I really want to know. Like, we have literally been bamboozled, yeah. Like, this is what the reality of false information is, spreading false information. That's why everybody gotta do their research and then put out information, because that was not even this man's therapist. That was not Prada's therapist. They met off of a dating app.
We have another update in the unaliving of Dr.
69 years old.
Abraham, who allegedly was unalived by Mr. Prada, the TikTok star out of Baton Rouge. Mr. Prada was arrested yesterday, Wednesday.
Can't believe so many people are just justifying it. Honestly. The therapist showed up at his apartment at 11 a.m. on a Saturday. They were having relations, absolutely. But it was consensual. He's an adult. They're both adults. So he's not a victim. I mean, Kenny, in a way, is there like a power trip there between the age and the fact that he's a therapist? And obviously, Mr. Prada was in need of extensive therapy. I'd like to know how long they were so-called dating for, when they met. Was it their first time meeting up in person? I would love to know all of that. Obviously, there's a power dynamic there, but hey, Define. They met on a dating app. Gypsy Rose was able to run away twice, so she could have left. There's proof she knew her age. She could have left. She chose M. Oh, it's that time of year. We got to bring them all in.
In Dallas. Today is Thursday, and here's the update. WBRZ out of Baton Rouge is reporting that Mr. Prada wrecked Mr. Abraham's vehicle and called a family member to pick him up. The family member picked him up, took him back to his apartment. He got some clothes, and then he bought a bus ticket. The family member took him to the bus station, and he took a bus from Baton Rouge to Dallas, and then he was arrested by federal marshals when the bus arrived in Dallas. Now, he was only originally arrested on charges of like unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and some other things.
He kind of thought this out. Hey, Kraken.
Damaging and driving the vehicle of Mr. Abraham, but he was not arrested at that time on unaliving charges. It's also been confirmed that he was not the 11-year-old in the 2015 case where Mr. Prada was arrested for.
How could he be the 11-year-old? People keep saying that.
Molestation of a juvenile, which those charges were dropped. Mr. Prada has now been charged with second-degree murder and obstruction of justice because on Wednesday they got a warrant to search his apartment and they found a crime scene. I haven't been able to get into Mr. Prada's life.
Ain't that crazy? Hey, Andy, on a Saturday, he does this in his apartment, and why? That's so horrible, Divine. I'm so sorry you guys have to go through that.
Electronics yet, but they have sent them off for forensic analysis. In the meantime, when they searched the apartment on Wednesday, they found evidence to support that the gray bedspread that he was wrapped in and the towel that was wrapped around his head and the duct tape that was used came from Mr. Prada's apartment. And there were weapons found in Mr. Prada's apartment that would be conducive to the blunt force trauma used.
You think of that. Not only did he take this man's life, right? So let's say it has something to do. Hey, Lilith. Let's say it has something to do with his mental health. He takes this man's life. Then he wraps his body. Okay, this is no different than what Wade Wilson did. Wraps his body in the sheet. And then he wraps his head with a tail and he duct tapes, gets him into the car and ditches him off the side of the road. I mean, how are we making him the victim? Hey, Sir Morbid. I don't know why I called you Sir. It's good to see you, Morbid. Morbid, I'm telling you, Gypsy Rose is out here normalizing this shit, man. She became such a celebrity for taking her mother's life that others are doing the same thing and they're getting the same treatment. Oh, they're a victim. Like there's not a million other things you can do instead of taking somebody's life.
They have confirmed that Mr. Prada was not a patient of Dr. William Nicky Abraham, but they do have video surveillance of Mr. Abraham arriving to Mr. Prada's apartment complex on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. That evening, witnesses from the apartment complex said that they saw what they now believe to be Mr. Prada carrying a body wrapped in a tarp down the stairs alone and moving it into a car. Now,
I want to know how he could even carry a body, because you have to know that would be. And then look at this. I'm sorry, this is all too much. I can't believe Prada would do this with a broken heart. I'll tell you, like as if they knew him because he did a few little goofy videos.
Why they didn't call the police, I don't know. What I want to know is why was Dr. William Nicky Abraham at Mr. Prada's apartment?
Well, he was probably sleeping with them. They were probably having a relationship. Again, they were two adults. It's not like it was a kid and an adult.
Abraham made headlines 9 years ago. Here's a clip from a newscast back then.
A Baton Rouge therapist is under investigation.
He was charged with child molestation, with police saying...
I guess Mr. Prada was the hero all along.
I'm delusional for thinking you cared about me when you never really cared about me. That's delusional.
That's so sad.
I'm delusional.
It is sad.
Thinking.
Listen, I have sympathy towards him. I do. I absolutely have sympathy towards Mr. Prada. But we cannot villainize his victim based off our feelings. You know? I just think that's crazy.
1, 2, Prada's coming for you.
Damn, the internet don't wait. Look at this shit. Like already.
Come into my soul.
You're calling it an icon's mugshot. This is iconic.
Take over control. Teach me how to vote.
This is the problem with the fucking internet. I mean, you got people out here, you got Wade Wilson wives out here giving all this money to Wade Wilson, a man who confessed over 4 times. One time for some McDonald's. We got Gypsy Rose. Now you got Mr. Prada. Oh, so do I, Juju B. I am so curious of this. This is insane. It does, Mr. Tomato Head. It does. Can you imagine if it was your loved one? And your loved one's life was taken and the internet was praising the person who did it? Supporting the person who did it? I mean, again, it's happening right now with the sheriff and the judge, too. Good on the sheriff. I would have done the same thing. Would you have? Maybe that's part of the problem. I'm not here to help it, Iced Coffee. There's no way for me to help. How can I help? What can I do? The crime was committed. There's no help for me to give. Simplify. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Thank you. That's really, really, really generous of you. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, there's nothing I can do to help. Of course, I'm giving it attention. It's freaking insane.
The deputies have searched the doctor's home here in Baton Rouge and did not find any signs of a crime happening here.
Oh,
so
my
still
gosh.
A mystery now is how his body ended up alongside a rural highway 45 miles away.
The doctor's home was all clear, and his car, which had been missing, was found in the Baton Rouge area this afternoon. The sheriff here telling me today the murder was a brutal one with blunt force injuries to the doctor's head, neck, and shoulders.
Head, neck, and shoulders. Head, neck, and shoulders. Oh my goodness. What, Wade Wilson? Yeah. He's okay looking, but he's also goofy looking, and then he added all that drawing and nasty stuff to himself. He's a monster. He literally said he looked at that woman and knew at that moment he was the lion and she was the prey. And you have these women fawning over him, fighting over him.
A TikToker caught him leaving the vehicle, allegedly.
Well, they sure did. There he was running. Look at him there. What a horrible... I hate that this big button's in the way, but what a horrible sight. Face all swollen. I mean, what was going on?
Why? Post me, baby.
Natalie Nunn. Hey, baddies. Post for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy.
Clickbait shit. Oh, you can see in his eyes he's tired. Oh, Lordy. What do you do? A big challenge is to be able to have empathy for the trauma someone went through, but be able to hold them accountable for the crime they committed. Right. It can be both. It can be both. It can be the fact that, you know, he's a suffering, a young adult, very young, in his 20s, suffering from horrible mental health symptoms that everybody missed. And then this therapist has his life taken, and the internet, because he's a social media presence, backs him on it. And there's plenty of people every day that suffer.
I would just say I've never met anybody that was more crazy than me. So
I think maybe the internet made them feel untouchable. That's what I think.
People problem these days is they be playing like they got issues. I really got issues.
That's the other thing. The internet has made it cute, in my opinion. The internet has made it cute to have issues, quote unquote issues. I don't know. I find this to be so horrific.
They are now going in detail that happened at Mr. Potter.
caught crashing out.
Yeah, I can.
The way he ran off, you mean to tell me the police couldn't catch him? Do you see the way that man ran? You mean to tell me the cops couldn't catch him? Look at this little strut away he does. Look at that. You mean to tell me they couldn't get him? It's so stupid. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, I mean, there's nothing funny about it, but that little running strut and the police couldn't catch him. Come on. He ends up getting picked up and then gets on a bus. There's just, it's too much. He's not going to get insanity plea for doing goofy TikToks.
You're crazy.
Never mind. He might. What do you guys think? Put a 1 in the chat if you think he'll get an insanity plea. Put a 2 if you think they'll say no way. I mean, the fact of the matter is, he left already, probably. He stopped in and said hi. He's not still chatting. That might be why, Petty Crocker. Fact of the matter is, he took this man's life in a brutal way, wrapped his body up in a sheet, wrapped his head up in a tail, duct taped him, put his body in a tarp, drug it down the steps, into the car, drove 45 miles, dropped his body off the side of the road, proceeded in the victim's car to go shopping before crashing with police. I don't know. I find it, I'm curious to see, but I don't think he's going to get insanity. Lots of 2s. A few 1s, lots of 2s. Oh, they all try it, don't they? Playing video games, social media affecting our children, discerning them in some ways. Yeah, I agree. You're right, Kelly. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Nothing would surprise me either. So those are the 2 videos he has on his channel. Just the fact that this is even happening. Do any of you think social media, like his presence as a creator on social media, played a part? Right. What he did afterwards, why he won't get it. He won't win the insanity defense. There's too much planning. Calculate it. I thought the same thing. They said they saw him carrying it. Carrying a body. Why is it YouTube having problems?
A 20-year-old man popular on TikTok has been arrested in connection with the murder of a Louisiana therapist. Terrion Thomas's account called Mr. Prada 456 has around 4 million followers. This was his most recent post. Before authorities in Dallas, Texas took him into custody. Therapist William Abraham's body was found September 29th, wrapped in a tarp on the side of a highway, police say. He was killed by blunt force trauma. According to Abraham's website, he was a life coach, licensed professional counselor, and motivational speaker.
Do you think the fact that this man, Sin, thank you so much. Do you think the fact that this man was so much older and was also had I don't know, so many credentials, do you think that will play a part? Well, and the fact that he said a year ago, practicing for my mugshot, and then he was blatantly saying, like, I have problems, I'm crazy, I'm bipolar, shows that he was aware that his behavior was unacceptable, right? So it shows that he had a sense. It's not like he was unaware that he was going through something. He knew he was going through it, and he didn't do anything to stop it. We do have a sense of responsibility to take care of ourselves. We can't just, you have to do something. The power dynamic. That's like, maybe he went there on Saturday to help him for all we know, right? Maybe he went there early in the morning to try to tell him he needs to go get help. I don't know. We don't know. maybe it had nothing to do with the relationship, but more so to do with, you know, well, they met on a dating app, so I don't know. Maybe he was going to have him as a case study. I don't know. In his apartment, Donnie. He took this man on the screen's life in the apartment, in his apartment. He did run, had a family member pick him up. He got a bus ticket.
Investigators released these surveillance photos of whom they say was the last person known to have been driving Abraham's car. At this time, the possible connection between the two men is unknown. Thomas is charged with second-degree murder and obstruction of justice, among other charges. He is being held without bond. This is Inside Edition.
It's actually really sad. I just, my biggest thing is the way the internet has already written a story. And once again, and I've said, how many times have you heard me say this during the Sebastian Rogers case? There always needs to be a villain and a victim. I'm sorry, a hero and a villain. And in this situation, with very little details, just like with the sheriff, they have already came up with a storyline to make the actual victim the villain. I don't get it. Hey, moi. Yeah, and then especially with his other allegations, Nicole B. I agree. With those other allegations, it does make it like, well, did he have a thing for younger? And listen, it's not illegal if they're of age. It's not illegal to have a thing for much younger people diagnosed with. The only thing that boy said was being bipolar, right? Unless he was misdiagnosed. Or, hell, maybe he just fell into a depression and the internet's need for content fed that. What more views are you going to get than shaving off your head on a stream? You know what I mean? Like, people love that type of messy, crazy shit. So check this out. This is how many channels he has. The 3. 6.89K, 4 million, 4.4 million.
You knows I get my pimp. Wait. You knows I get my.
Ooh, I kill him like cereal. Where the milk? I'm about to make cereal. What you about to eat? Honey Nut Cheerio. Like, bro.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit.
No, don't do this.
No way, Taylor.
You're all.
Suck chicks up, put your dicks up, get your dicks up, put your motherfucking sticks up. They
Yeah, I hate that type of music. I don't know. I think this whole thing's wild. Thank you, LFT. There's a difference between minor and younger and how it applies to certain situation relationships, in my opinion. And again, there can be a power dynamic, therapist, a person in need of therapy. Latest Wade Wilson calls, yes. How about when they were mocking the fact that their biggest donator was like in love with Wade, which they knew, which is why they kept their relationship a secret. Almost 10,000 likes on this. Almost 10,000 likes on that. How does that happen?
Don't be afraid. If you wanna.
I think I might regret this, but I'm finna cut my hair off.
How many views on that? 2.2 million views on that. So look here, right? He goes from 2.1, 2.6. He's down a lot, like 80,000 less. And then boom, 2.2 again, 2 million, 1.9. He knows I'm a tranny. Like, the internet has normalized this weird stuff. This is sad.
You know what she said to me?
Oh my God.
She said, "You're a player, aren't you? And I bet you got hoes." I said, "You don't know me."
Oh my God, is that a snake? Holy shit. I didn't even see that thing laying there. Did you see that snake laying there? Oh my God. No, that wasn't really his lawyer. No, that's what I mean. How does it get this many views and likes? Because it's so simple-minded. TikTok is like a whole different breed. Hey, Cambry.
That I just go with the flow.
Oh my gosh. Bless it, but I still don't think it's enough to be like, oh, well, you know, mental health and such. And not only that, but he was uploading all of these to several different channels, getting thousands of views on each channel. This kid was making money that he probably didn't even know what to do with.
Dumb bitch. Dumb bitch.
I'm curious how this one's going to end up. Just like with the sheriff and the judge, I can't help but go back to good old Gyps. How you got catch just sitting on a bench?
I'm going to give y'all another life update.
Police identify him as Terrion Thomas, a 20-year-old from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, known as Mr. Prada, with millions of followers on multiple TikTok accounts.
See, on multiple TikTok accounts. Wonder how many of his subs encourage this bad behavior. The internet has made it so much easier for bullies to push you beyond your snapping point. Well, not only that, Boo Berry, but they've also made it almost a trend to post these type of outrageous, insane type of content because it gives views, right? Publicity is publicity. Views are money. So people are out here doing the most to try to get some type of attention. He mastered it to the point where he had several channels with, 4 million, 4.4 million, thousands and thousands of subscribers. He's posting the same video to each of those, each of them garnering millions of views. I mean, you have to have a way to try to keep that up. You have to try to kind of keep up with the internet that's always changing, always finding a new hot thing to keep it going. At his age, he probably didn't learn anything else, probably didn't have any other jobs. He made so much money off TikTok that he didn't know what else to do. And it's so simple. I mean, we saw some of those videos. They're getting 4.4 million or 2.2 million views for posting a quote in front of your face. Like, how the hell do I do that shit? Honestly, I don't get it. Crimson Moon, my son said to me the other day, he was on my phone. He got onto my TikTok and he's just scrolling. And he goes, like 20 minutes later. And he goes, I feel like a bum. And I said, thank God you feel like a bum. Give me that phone. Because you just lose yourself in TikTok. And it's such mindless content. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's not like you're learning anything educational. There's this one YouTuber that he watches that I do like. The hell's the guy's name? He does like anti-bullying type of content. He does like very realistic videos where it goes through a whole scenario with a good lesson at the end. That I like. That type of stuff I can't. Louisiana uses the M-Naughton rule, as we do in Minnesota, for determining competency, insanity defense, or diminished capacity. It's quite difficult. I don't think he's going to get it. I need to know more. I must know more. There's another thing. Darman. Yes, late girl. Darman. There's another thing I was following, but I'm going to do a different video on that. That's how it is, though, Gary. You got to keep them going. He's wise beyond his years, Crimson Moon. And now he's like always with his friends. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do now? We talked about this in class the other day. The content there is dangerous because it's not educational. It's bad for kids because it shortens their attention span. Dude, so Prime Video now does commercials. You can pay extra money to have no commercials, right? But I'm not doing that. The commercials are like a minute long. Would you believe that my kids don't even have patience for that? A minute long video commercial? I remember we had to wait a week for our favorite show to start up again. It's just everything is so easily accessible. There's no patience involved. It's right at your fingertips. They are literally always on the internet. Like kids are always on the internet. And then they get these fake fantasies of what is popular. Look at the TikTok shop, right? TikTok shop. What's that other one? You guys know all the little cheapy sites you can buy from. Instantaneous. Yes. Hey, Kakab. It's good to see you. And where it's overconsumption, it's telling people that they need to buy the latest trends. You need to keep up with this. You need to keep up with that. It's so bad. It's so not healthy. Probably, Gary. I wouldn't even doubt it. Might even grow an extra finger to hold them better. And she was hit and run. She did pass away. Holy shit. There's another TikTok. They always call them TikTok stars. She was high on pink cocaine, I think is what it was. And she killed 2 people. Got in a car crash going 80. And she was out of it. The dopamine hit. That's a good point there, Jill. Get a mental health defense. Yeah. Not sure I don't do TikTok. Oh. The wives that are perfect, making every woman feel bad. Oh, mod wives. Yeah, the nice giant house, and you got the 15 million things to make the fancy little ice cubes. I mean, it's just so not realistic. And people are trying to keep up with it. Especially these young adults that don't know any better. It's actually sad. Hey, Keith. Hope you're having a good day at work. It's good to see you. Lord, it is sad out here. It's hard out here for these kids. And it is hard out here when you got these bullhorn Bettys, man. I'll tell you. Talking about, oh, I'm going to, what did she say she was going to? Oh, copyright a child's name that I don't own, isn't my child, and I have ROs against me from his parents and grandparents. That sounds like a great idea. Not even these little kids, Peachy, but little kids. Like little kids, like 8, 9 years old, wearing real makeup. Yeah, right. One juror matters. Him and his mom were doing cooking. See, that's cute, though. Right, but they have the nannies, the maids. Speaking of which, have any of you seen this lady? Hold on. Any of you ever see her? I'm sure she's come across your page. Queen of Kings. Put a 1 in chat if you're familiar with this lady, with this family. Honey T says, I feel sorry for people who don't have control over their kids' social media. Thank heavens mine doesn't have social media. My kids are 22 and 17. Wow. To hear kids that don't have social media is shocking, to be honest. I hope it is removed. Yeah, what's going on with that, right? I have had a maid since 1990. I've been a maid since 2006. You guys have not heard of her. Wow. So this is a woman who, as you can see, also has 1.1 million subscribers. And she did family content. Then she started kind of race baiting, right? She's a black woman, met this white man. She started saying things like, get you a white man, blah, blah, blah. They have interracial kids. Well, as of lately, the internet has ruined their relationship. She is constantly on live. She blames everything on postpartum. She decides she wants to live in Hawaii. They went for a trip, and then she said, no, we're living here. He had to pack everything up back at home. There was a while there she didn't even think he was going to come to Hawaii. And she was losing her mind. She's so inappropriate in front of her kids. But now, a few months back, they got in this huge fight where she told all this truth about him, how he's not this great man. He doesn't bring in all this money. She pays all the bills. He's a bum. He doesn't take care of his daughter. Da-di-da. The list goes on. They come out and try to act like it was some troll game. It wasn't. Well, the other day, they get in a fight again, and she puts him in jail. And he even came out and was like saying, when they were arguing and she was live streaming it, he was saying, why don't you go on YouTube and tell your followers this? Like, he's tired of everything being broadcasted, but it brings in the money. So, yeah, they're like a whole mess. And then here they are, right? Because she did that whole calling the cops on him thing. Here they are playing again. Look at the people in the background. Like, people are tired of her. Who is Friggy? Siggy and Fred Hill? Why are we happy for them? People are tired of them. It's constant. And then they involve the kids in it. It's bad. But it's another example of how the internet is literally destroying families, homes. And these kids are so good at like acting now. All right, here's another joke she made after, she said what she said about him. Because she actually led her chat to believe that he was beating on her and that she needed them to call the police at one point. So they came out this
Meanwhile, this nigga putting his hands on me. Swear y'all don't know the half of this industry. Meanwhile,
because it's funny to mock domestic violence. It's funny to, make your audience believe you're in real danger and then do some goofy video like that.
Why are you filming me? My man wasn't on your mattress.
My mom during interviews after going viral for cursing out my stepdad.
I did it, I said it, and what about it? My man. He was my man yesterday, he was my man the other day, and he's still gonna be my man tomorrow. I don't know why they hating on me. Honestly, I think it's just postpartum. You see this? His money is my money, and my money is...
So they even got the kids involved. But I'll tell you this, there was a time when she was in Hawaii, she cut off her hair. He had her there with the kids. He was back in where they originally came from because, again, she moved last minute. And she was really, really bad. I mean, it was concerning. Her behavior was not normal whatsoever, to the point where even her kids were humiliated. They were mortified. Asking her to stop. You look crazy. She was out there in their new place, like twerking, and she was being romantic, and she put like a fake eyelash on her eye. It was just bizarre, and it was really, really sad because I do believe she is suffering from postpartum. But at this point, again, she's another person that knows that she has an issue, but just blames that issue every time something takes place. I'm personally, I'm tired of it. Again, yes, mental health is rampant, and there's not enough help out there. And help is almost, there's all these hotlines you can call. Don't get me wrong. There's help at your fingertips, but the follow through is so expensive and so hard to keep up with that it is scary. But we can't keep excusing these type of crimes due to mental health and or the fact that somebody's a victim of abuse. I don't like it. It is setting such a bad example. How many people that have taken people's lives, how many teenagers have we heard say they wanted to be famous, including that 13-year-old who just stabbed 3 people and said now she's going to be famous. Yeah, because we see it all the time, Chris and Moon. Everybody says there's more crime now. No, there's not. It's that we have more access to see the crime everywhere. You're so sweet, Gary. That's the difference. Oh, what happened with Friggy? I missed it. What did you say? How long until Fred slips up and leaves Ziggy? We are going to get a manic string soon from Ziggy because Fred left the house and has been MIA for hours on end. Mark my words. Did he get permission to move with her? Yes. No, he's out. He's out playing games. I like the way, my name's Jessica as well, and I like the way you spell your name. Check this out. Girl, no, he's out here like it's all jokes. Because guess what? The joke is paying their bills. They don't care none. People tune in for the mess. Where's that video he did? Look at this. Romantic everything shower routine. And they're so like inappropriately sexual even in front of the kids, which people have problems with. So I guess they deleted it. But he actually did. Oh, it was alive. Jailbreak. He draws a teardrop under his eye. And he's making a whole mockery out of the whole thing. Then his big goofy ass starts walking down the street with one of those hobo sticks with his belongings on the stick, making a whole mockery out of facts. And now they're blaming, once again, postpartum. So they come out and do their slick little videos that they always do, which I do give them credit for because they're slick, all right. Where is it? Right here.
What was the...
Before you walk out on your family because your wife gets hard to deal with, think about the message you're sending to your kids. The goal is to raise a better generation of men who solves problems and holds the weight of their household, not more track star boys who run when it gets tough. You know, this is Rose making him do this. She's writing it out. And again, it's not healthy for the kids to see this type of shit every time. Hey, that Cone.
Dirt underneath
it's a cute video.
What keeps the calluses on my hand?
But it's a bullshit excuse for what they did.
Family man. They're the world my world revolves around. My sacred piece of solid ground. The flesh and bone that gives me strength to stand. They're the fire in my driving on. The drive behind my coming home.
She's trying to imply that he's given a great example to their young boys. No, but you're not. She's not. She's dangerous. She is dangerous. I'm telling you. At first, I was kind of like, is this just for views, you know? And then, no. It's not. And other creators that are black are calling her out for it, for her race baiting, for her constantly, you know, just race baiting and being a maniac. I don't know. But hey, look, before the black wife effect. Let me tell you how bad it is. She literally told him he's not allowed to smile in photos because it doesn't look tough. Man, I'll tell you, it's just a whole mess of things. I can go on for hours about these type of people and the content. And I mean, look at this. And she does all this weird stuff in front of her kids and then says it's normal and that boys should be aware. She literally had allowed her boys to, it's bad. It's not, but again, it's becoming normalized. And that type of behaviors, that type of manic behaviors brings views, and views bring money, and people are okay with that. Because of that. And it's become normal to the point where you don't know if somebody's actually having a manic episode or if they're just doing it for content. It's dangerous. And either way, it doesn't excuse what is happening. It just doesn't make any of it okay. So I'm curious what's going to come out about that TikToker, Mr. Prada, the therapist. I'm so sorry for both of their families. I can't imagine how either family's feeling right now. What does Steph say? Haven't anyone learned anything from Dee Dee's situation, what they have to do to become famous? Yeah, let me tell you, Gypsy plotted that out because she knew there's no accessory to M in that state. I think she knew it. I have not discussed Diddy. Oh, I don't wish her heartbreak either. I think it's wild, but I don't wish her heartbreak. She seems genuinely happy. Good for her. Joe, you said BHB wanted to copyright smash his name. She does. You want to see it? It was going to be my thing tomorrow, but I'll show you. Because I got a lot to say to old Bester out there on my last nerve. I love literally Davis's videos, and I love her intro. But we gotta skip a little bit.
So tell these motherfuckers they can blow me slowly. You know me.
These people are animals. And then after that, you know what? They're going to be getting hit too. And everybody, if you guys want to start sending me timestamps of stuff that if you guys are tired of this, I don't have the time to do it. But I know a lot of people are always.
Was that with, what was her name? She went hard at her. But a lot of people like the way Rose responded to her. Because they kind of had the same argument point. Something is wrong with her. But at this point, it has been documented, established, acknowledged by both Rose and her husband. And at some point, you have to do something to better yourself. So yeah, listen to this, guys. Ready? This lunatic
is asking me what they can do to help. It's usually for Sebastian. I'd like you guys to help Sebastian. We can do a lot for Sebastian, but if you'd like to help me personally, what you guys can do is start going through these hate channels videos and send me anything defaming that they say about me.
You guys know Bullhorn Betty tried to strike me twice 2 years ago. Copyright strike me. She didn't get very far though. She didn't get very far. But she tried it. Bestie tried it.
Focus, say anything defaming about me. And moreover, anytime they steal my content, if you guys can get the start putting the timestamps on a worksheet,
catch me if you can.
I'll start going after them. I'll find out which one's being used and I'll copyright them. And then I'll go after them lawfully and legally and start making them pay me $7,500.
Her favorite words, lawfully and legally. Lawfully and legally. But yes, you heard it right. She said she's going to copyright Sebastian's name.
Over anytime they steal my content, if you guys can get the start putting the timestamps on a
I know who's going to help her get the timestamps. Potato
worksheet. I'll start going after them. I'll find out which one's being used and I'll copyright them. And then I'll go after them lawfully and legally and start making them pay me $7,500 for each violation.
$7,500 for each violation. Bitch, we all be rich out here. Stop the lying. I was going to say stop the capping. Stop lying out here, Betty.
I'm also going to be working with the copyright board because I think I can copyright series as well. And that might we could do copyright Sebastian Rogers as a series, and everything that I do would be under that copyright. So
copyright Sebastian Rogers, a missing 15-year-old child, as a series. You heard that correct, my friends. That is what this lady said. She is going to copyright a missing child's name and turn it into a series. Sorry, Gary. Sorry. Is she ever not? Is the real question, Cray Cray. Can you imagine, Shelly? Can you imagine you have a restraining order against this woman and now she's out here saying she's going to copyright you? Copyright your child's name?
Then we can start hitting them for more money if they steal the
more money. Money's always on her mind. At this point, we got Betty selling merch, all under the name of Sebastian, may I add. I mean, come on. I did not. Let me see. So Betty struck her. Well, you got to really follow fair use, to be honest. And if not, you got to fight the strike. Especially now that we know they're looking, because they're all mad that their little clip channel, which again, it's not a clip channel. I don't pay any attention to her, Georgia. I don't know. It's not a clip channel. If you steal somebody's content, that doesn't make you a clip channel. I need to look for some new t-shirts, Justin. So here's mine. I think Stop the Balding t-shirt would be a really great design. You could sell a lot of those. That one. I mean, are we really now selling t-shirts underneath Sebastian's name? Come on. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All of it is. Hey, yeah, Dick Tim's good to see you. To be honest, I don't recall any time that she's been out there boots on the ground all whatsoever look for Sebastian. No, me neither. Just protesting and, being arrested. When she went on a whole rant about how uncomfortable the beds in jail were. Want to know, Bets? I never been to jail. Should all be against TOS. Like Hus BHB and some other creators. Yeah, that whole, what's his name did? Hey, SS. Landon Strip guy, what he did. Oh my gosh. It's always based around money with her. 75,000 a pop. Nobody's getting 75,000 for freaking copyrights. What an idiotic thing. And somebody actually tried to copyright their video on Sebastian. I'm pretty sure it didn't work out for them. Because again, you can't do that. They were fair use. There was nothing fair use about it. They played our streams right through. I didn't even have to strike them because they got them down. But I was absolutely going to strike them too. You can't take 20, 26 minutes, 5 minutes. You can't even take 2 minutes of somebody's content and play it without any type of commentary or anything. And that's not fair use. And this idea you can just now put music behind stuff, that's also not really quite true. I mean, it might work during live streams, but it's not going to work for videos. Because you already know what time it is. Yeah, please. Okay, buddy. Broom, do that copyright head slap? Probably. Sorry, one juror. I can't. I don't even want to say their names. I'm telling you. Look, you both said head slap. That's so funny. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up because then we're going to have nothing to talk about otherwise. But if you really want a channel grow, you've got to put some actual effort into your videos. What they were is, ironically, they were calling us hate channels while taking snippets, large snippets of our streams with zero context and just blasting on their page and calling us the hate channels. What they were doing was actually hateful. And it's quite ironic that the awareness is lacking in some places. I'll tell you that. You have the biggest butthurt bitches who scream about being a victim. If anyone stole their work and just re-uploaded it, they would be crying for days and claim bullying. I mean, that is stealing of content. Right, like 27 minutes long? I mean, who do you think you are? Who does that person... no, not going to happen. It's ridiculous. So, I, for one, didn't have to strike, but I would have. I planned on it. I still have a few people to strike, actually. I just normally don't ever strike because I don't believe we should be striking each other. But I'm feeling petty enough. Other creators subs should do it. I agree. Well, didn't her buddy Nick put up an email? If you see anybody doxing, to send him an email. I hope he was flooded with his own post. Dog bounty hunter has ever found No, he never did. His son did. One child. Yeah. Follow fair use and be done with it. Fight the strike if it's not legit. Right. If you do 27 minutes with zero commentary, it's not legit. I'm telling you. And the reason they didn't want to fight is because they didn't want to give up their name. And we likely know who the name is. I mean, I'll tell you that. It wasn't hard to figure out. What happened, Uninvited? How was it gone? Thank you, Simplify. Thank you again for that super chat. It was so generous of you. Thank you. I've never hated anyone and putting out misinformation, lies, and preying on vulnerable people for cash. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of people I actually hate. I know people are like, hate's a strong word. Yeah, and what I feel for them is strong too. So let me match it with the word if you don't mind. Some people's channels don't deserve to have channels though, Remy. That's just facts. Some people don't deserve them. Thank you, Gary. Like people that are taken. Right, where is Dog? Didn't they say like last week that they were on their way when something happens? And then, but they were still going to be on their way? Am I making this up? Why would I hate you, Cricket? It's Georgia that gets on my nerves, not you. You guys remind me of each other. Dog is in Mexico Island where he has never left. I thought he was in Florida. Absolutely, Donnie. Do they not understand the damage they do? I don't think so. But am I the only one that ever, like, did anybody else see that tweet? Am I making this up? Welcome Queen Bee never comes in anyone's chat. Everyone supports her. She don't support y'all. Am I crazy? No one else sees this. She comes in every now and then. I'm messing with you, Georgia. Remember we had that little back and forth in the chat? I'm teasing you. Lauren, I love it. My color blindness always interprets your shots in an interesting way. That's what I mean. You own the fact that you like to, you're like a free-flowing, I wouldn't call you a troll. You're not a troll. You just give no Fs. You have no Fs to give. You just say how you're feeling. And I think that's cool. That's how it should be. Thank you, Christina. It's really sweet. Right. They said they were on their way. Something happens. But they were still going to be on their way. I know. I saw this. Where are they? I thought that was like a few days ago. I know YouTube time moves quickly, but I recall that. Got full of shit Betty yesterday. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a few people that like to report comments for sure. But you guys can report comments as well. Don't forget that. You can also report live streams if you feel like they're in violation or they're just despicable. So do I, Stack. Honestly, I do. It's become too easy for people online to just accuse others of bullying or attacking. It justifies for all the subs. I know. Demon, I heard somebody be doxxed the other day. And they were blackmailed with personal information, right? And the person follows up with, well, you know, they doxed me. They did not. Every time this particular person doxes somebody, they always act like it is justified because the other person doxed them. It drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. I don't know, Little Boston. It happens. Usually just give a blanket hello. It's kind of hard to say hi to everybody. Yeah, you have a right to it. You have a right to do a privacy strike. You can even privacy strike if a creator has like your comment in a video or up on a community post. You know, the report section's there for a reason. Oh, I get it. Believe me, beats him. I wish I had a little more. Accidentally on purpose. Yeah, I like that. They ain't going to call around for a coffee. That's right, that cone. Don't bother reporting YouTube. Don't. That's true, but sometimes it does. It all depends. Not just your YouTube name. You're no longer mad at me, Mystic Firefly. I'm glad you forgave me. Just note that it is spelled wrong, Donnie. There are two S's where there shouldn't be. Tit for tat, eye for an eye, so when does it stop? If I did something wrong, BJ would lose her shit, but would then justify why it's okay or subs did worse. I agree. Like her crying that I told that story without zero doxing involved, but it was okay that she, you know, participated in and cheered on it happening. But you know, whatever. I seen her little buddy make a comment. Have any of you ever seen me scroll my payment options across my screen? Have you ever saw like my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal going across the screen ever? Yeah, sometimes they contain a lot of buzz. There you are. Yep. Oh, no shit. I'm excited, girl. I might be free tonight. So maybe if in time, maybe we can spark something up later. Never, right? So I wonder why her little top mods over there claiming I do it all the time. Oh, other creators do it all the time, but you guys only talk about BJ. What about GW or QB? What? Timeout, I think that can. It's like, I don't know. You can report them and then YouTube takes a look and determines if they're bad or not. Sometimes you'll be unable to comment for a few days. But yeah, no, that's never happened, ever. So, what a lie. And then the whole, like, justifying why it's okay to say, like, you're all keeping the lights on over here. No, that's not okay. I've never asked for a membership goal. I've never even asked for memberships. Never had my payments going across this scrolling across ever. I hate but what about? Yeah, but what about when so-and-so did it? I did teach my kids that early on. Like, it doesn't matter. She's doing great, Gary. I paid it this afternoon. Whoever answered me said she would finish it ASAP. That's exciting. Send the hounds. 7 StreamYard channels tried to strike me this past weekend. StreamYard channels? How do they even do that? All the ones that scream about the hate channels. I know. They're being so hateful. And then they point out like everybody else is hateful. And it's like, oh yeah, because you're not. Okay, Sally. Go on with your hateful self. Pretend you're not hateful. Yeah, it's been pretty wild, hasn't it? I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Yep, I've never heard of that. That had my info, then talked about it on the live. Keep getting them. That's what I would do. It's not what I do, though, but... Oh, that happens all the time. I hear there's more videos than they're making. Personally, don't care if content creators make a ton of money on scroll their Cash App or PayPal links. I have an issue with lying for money. I also don't have parasocial relationship for money. Yeah. No, I'll be honest. You're very, you're puzzling. I don't think I ever knew who you were, to be honest, to ever forget who you are. I just don't focus that much. I came to YouTube with all my real info, all exposed. You were very much a part of my YouTube learning curve. And Queen, thanks. Yeah, a lot of people come from TikTok with their full names. Hey, Joyful. Wouldn't that be nice? ALR? What does that stand for? Heard it what about all the time from my 14-year-old. Right. What is ALR? I guarantee you'd be a boss bish. Beats him, you'd be a boss bish. 50,000 right off the cap. That's so funny. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Maybe you can quit your job and become a full-time YouTuber. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. So I'm a shadow watcher over there, and I commented, and man, they are vicious. It was just one person was like, I know you. And I'm like, okay. Okay. Yeah, they're vicious in that little sector. I'll tell you that. I like the IRL content. I don't know why, but it's just they're always on. They are always there. Ed? Hi, Ed. Sure, I misspelled that last sentence. I'm not quitting my job. You sure? You don't want to quit your job? You didn't spell it wrong, Gary. Thank you. You're right. Homer Simpson backing into the bush. Yes, literally. Let me see. I think I have something. No, I won't match it. My best friend's dad used his color's blindness to get a lucrative job in the steel industry. No shit. That's pretty cool. Well, anyway, you guys are fun and stuff, but gots to go. No, seriously, I'm going to go. Oh, we just heard circular. Mel, are you talking about just watching other videos without subbing? I know, Lauren. It drives me nuts, but they always say otherwise. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But whatever. I hear so many people giving everybody like their daily like financial breakdowns, right? Like, oh, my car needs new tires. And because of that, I have to have it towed. And because I have to have it towed, it's going to cost me a lot of money. And my electricity is also due this month. And I mean, I hear it all the time, honestly. It's like, that's exactly what that is. There's no reason for the audience to know any of that shit. Isn't it so cute, Music? I know. Wearing a little costume. You guys are fun and stuff. Just did all new tires. You want to share with the audience how much that cost you, Remy? Follow it with the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Don't want you to go hungry this month. You were late to the party? Remember that stupid Real Housewife? Don't be tardy to the party. Well, they were never taught. I don't think I have the attention span for a desk job. I worked in an office at a construction site in college and left after 2 years of filing. Oh, boy. Right, my name's broke. I need snacks to feed the hungry. Do you know how expensive snacks are? Seriously? I mean, it really is becoming a real problem. $7.50 for tires? Girl. They couldn't just put the front tires on the back and give you 2 new fronts? That's what I always do. She's also on YouTube, covered by Plunder. Yes, Kim. I couldn't get into all of that, though. There's videos and her and the dude fighting. I just couldn't get into it. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. My back aches. My belt's too tight. My body shakes from left to right. Did you see that Lunchly shit beats him? My son brought it up to me. Oh, Mr. Beast made a new Lunchable. And they're all advertising like, it's real cheese. Ew, it is so unbelievable. It makes me angry. You can get all of our junk that we promote. The Prime and Mr. Beast candy bar. For only $2 more than an actual Lunchable. No, prices are sick. Some football. Oh, happy birthday, Angel. Oh, you just, you're an ass. I fell for it. Right, get a, well, bento box. I don't know, but you don't even need a bento box. Get you a damn baggie. Use a lid of something to cut circles in your bologna, your turkey, whatever. And boom, bam, you got yourself your little Lunchable. Yeah, my money don't jiggle. It wiggles. Candy bars are $3 at a gas station. Yep, they used to be $1. It's like my son came home with the stupid selling like the cookies through the school. It's like $22 for 3 cookies. No, thank you. Kids are fancy. They don't need all that shit. Mr. P's going to end up being nefarious. Just waiting for it to come out. Well, yeah, there's a lot of shit already out, ain't there? That man. Actually, he's in a lawsuit right now by people that were on his show. They said that he wanted to pay minimum wage. He wanted to give them breaks. They're saying it was hostile work environment and that he didn't protect them from actual harassment. So he is in a lawsuit right now. Your oil change is $8.50? Like $8.50 maybe. Oh, he's in multiple. I only just heard of the one. I don't really pay much attention. He makes me so mad, though, because he does come off like so sweet and, you know, generous, and everybody loves him. It's my bestie's B-Day, too. Oh, yours next Friday? I know. Well, and the generations before that would walk 15 miles, so you're lucky it was only 5. Battery against his wife. No shit. I can't stand Logan Paul. I can't stand any of them. YouTube has replaced welfare. Well, hell, that cone. Let me get in on this. Can you all help keep the lights on at Granny's house by meeting my monthly membership goal? My favorite YouTube channel to watch when I'm not live. I have a favorite sector. I don't have a favorite channel. I watch all types of weird shit. My therapy type of watching is watching people make crafts. Honest to God. That's what I watch. Like the dollar store crafts. I watch IRL streaming. I watch the Amber Reed shit. I watch Foodie Booty. I watch, what's his name? I always forget his name. It cracks me up. He makes the little goblin sticks and stuff. He was dating a girl named Jessica. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, I love watching his shit. What the hell is his name? It's going to drive me nuts. Knocking near 60, but I definitely don't look or act my age. Fact, who says how an age is supposed to act? What is his name now? It's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, I watched that. King Cobra, yes, there it is. Thank you. Slim Jims, I got tons of them. Jam does. Anybody want any Slim Jims? I got tons of them. Cooking. You love watching cooking? I save all the recipes. I never make them. So there's that. I watch type of things. I watch political, economics, religion, ancient symbol, food channels, conspiracy, true crime, and locale. I do not watch the educational stuff you do. I watch the non-educational stuff you do. All right, guys, I am hungry though. I'm gotta get something to eat. So I appreciate you all being here with me tonight. I know it's very last minute. It is always so flattering that despite how short of advancement I place the streams, you guys do show up. I can't thank you enough for that. I won't ask you to keep the lights on, but I will ask you to turn them out on your way out, please, by hitting that thumbs up. Appreciate all of you, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. If Yep manages to get things by tonight and I check my email and see it, I'll be live tonight, courtesy of Yep. Give her a total shout out. Hey, Stassi. Oh, I want to look. There you go, one juror. Maybe I'll make a drive-through video and go see if they have a basket of fries, man. Oh, that sounds good. I don't think they have it, though. They do still have the Croc Happy Meals. I only managed to get 2. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. It's just myself, so I can do whatever I want. Freedom feels good and lonely. Very, very lonely. Bye.